Good evening all. So we have come back with our famous introduction. So good evening. Today we'll talk about a very interesting and painful topic, which is about problems that are facing youth in the Middle East. And the problems that are facing youth, and by youth we means young people between the age 16 to 35. That's in general, and maybe we can classify this into three categories. I classify this between young people between the age of 16 to 20, young people between the age of 20 to 24, and maybe young people who are older than 24 to 35. And this is about a topic about a lot of young people end up facing two big problems, which are marriage and establishing a family, and the second one is about unemployment. So in order for us to understand why these problems have actually emerged and become a source of frustration for many young people across the globe, we should start looking backwards. So between the age of 16 to the age of 20, there will be a lot of young people who are really unsure about life, uncertain. They are unsure about their identity, and they are discovering themselves. And this is a very interesting age for people to be able to grasp new skills, to develop, especially that they have a lot of energy and they need just a little bit of guidance and a little bit of motivation. And based on this guidance and motivation, young people can become more productive. So some of these young people face problem of smoking. So some of them start smoking at this age. Some of them do not have enough understanding of the other sex, or of women or men, young boys understanding of young girls, or young girls understanding of young boys, and so on. Some of them, they have some kind of emotional challenges. Some of them have some kind of problems in their homes. So there are a lot of challenges within these ages, but most of these challenges is about identity, interests, and feelings. So if we try to bring these problems into proper channels and proper understanding of how the world will work for you and how we expect you to be an opportunity maker rather than a job seeker. And this is what everyone's talking about. So we need young people who are opportunity makers rather than job seekers. And I think it's very important that we start at a very young age to tackle this problem. So opportunity maker versus job seeker, then the problem is about emotions, interest, guidance, motivation. Not a lot of interest, not a lot of guidance, a social environment that does not understand his needs. He is unsure about his identity. He wasted time thinking about issues and challenges that in many cases the society answer him with some level of oppression. This is how things are and you should accept them. Or this interest, maybe you should not follow this interest because it will not generate any money for you. Maybe you need to become a lawyer or a medical doctor, and maybe you need to get some grades, rather than thinking what you should be, an opportunity maker who can establish a family, rather than someone who will end up being a job seeker and can't establish a family. Because these are the two big problems that are facing young people at a later age. Now, going to the university, so we are talking about young people from the age of 18 to the age of 24. These people think about their grades, they think about their potential partners, they think about the qualities of their potential partners, they think about how to look attractive, they want to stand up from the crowd, they want to do something that they are passionate about, they want to develop their interests, they want to develop their specialization, they want to develop their skills. So it's a stage where people actually enter the university willing to build some level of accumulated skills, or willing to develop some level of better interpersonal and emotional skills. And most importantly, it's the period where a lot of people establish their network. And by network, I mean friends, peers, people from different places within the society, so they manage to think about how they can create their opportunities in the future, how they can become an opportunity maker, utilizing their current network, utilizing their current resources. But if they did not have the mindset at that age, these relationships or this network will be all about the place that it happened. It will be all about just a connection that we can't utilize to solve our problems. Now, young people graduate, they understand that their degree did not give them the right skills to face the job market, and there are not many opportunities within the job market. So first of all, they don't have the right skills, and second of all, there are not many opportunities. So they start thinking, oh, the last 8 or 6 years did not go in the way that it was intended, and I did not develop the right skills, and I'm not ready for the job market. And they start thinking challenges, how we will tackle that, and a lot of them end up looking for a job for a long time. If not, they end up having a job, then losing that job, then coming back on another job, then losing that job, then coming back on another job, then losing that job, and they enter in a cycle of job seeker or someone who move between jobs rather than someone who try to establish an opportunity. And then they face the challenges of setting up a family. And here, there is a very important things to talk about. So the expectation of the society has not evolved with the current problems that young people are facing. So first of all, the society, especially the young man or the young woman family, expect you, if you graduate, you will find a job. This is what you this is all the things that you need. You would it's time for you to be productive. Go find a job and start working. And in many cases, some people find jobs they don't like, or some people find jobs that they did not choose, but they just go for because of the money. And in other cases, family also say you should spend some time accumulating wealth in order to get married. So in this context, the family is actually the economical and social contributor to the status of the young man, because if he wants to get married, he needs the support of his family. If he needs to get a job, he needs the understanding of his family. I'm not saying that everyone that every family should be responsible, but at least they should have the mindset and the mentality, understanding of the current situation that people are facing. So 3 things that we need to tackle. First of all, if someone is not working, is not something that is bad, maybe we should support him to develop his capability to become an opportunity maker. That's the first thing. The second stigma, if he wants to get married, he should be able to have an income, and he should be an opportunity maker. But it's not really problematic if he and his family was, or if he and his partner, or his female partner, the woman, or the woman with her male partner was developing some kind of management together in order to establish their family, because the family management framework, or some kind of collaboration, cooperation, in order to set up this family. Because the problem is not only for young women or young men. The problem is not only for young men, it's also for young women. A lot of young women are eager to establish their families, are eager to be with a long-lasting, loving partner. And I think a lot of people, a lot of young men will appreciate a partner who understood the difficulties that they have been facing and the challenges that they have gone through in establishing themselves in order to become an opportunity maker within the society. So I think part of the solution is to help families to become a catalyst for opportunity making. And some of people say, oh, this is a new approach to life. I would tell you no. Actually, this is a very old approach. It has been there for a very long time. Family tend to support their kids, and some families, because they are of a rich situation, or let me say economical situation, they are able to support their kids to establish companies, and they help them sometimes with capital, and sometimes they help them with network, and sometimes they help them with contacts. And we are not saying that every family should be doing that, but what we are saying that every family should have the mindset to create an opportunity maker within their family, because most probably if he's not an opportunity maker, he will not end up finding a job. And that opportunity maker, if there was a coordination between 3 or 4 or 5 families together, and let us say cousins or some kind, we need an opportunity maker in this place, we need an opportunity maker in this place, we need an opportunity maker in this place. So, and they choose things that they like. So for example, it would be good for us if we have someone who can make good videos for our events. It would be good if we have a good chef within our family, whether he worked in this profession or not. It would be good to have someone like that. And based on that, families become an opportunity creator, and it's a cultural change, it's a mindset change, that actually we prepare our kids from a younger age to be opportunity makers on the things they like, on the opportunities that we think can be useful for the future, rather than working on open ends. And what I mean by open ends, a lot of families these days think that robotics will be big in the future, and they think, yes, robotics can be great, so we have to send our kids for a robotics course. But what they should be thinking about, robotics is great, but how we can benefit from a robotics opportunity maker within our family. And if they manage to answer this question, they would value robotics more than other things, or they value someone who works in a farm more than someone else, or they value a chef more than someone else. And I know that a lot of people think there are big organizations that will help their kids to grow and that will take their kids. You keep this one track, but also you should build another track. So it has always been that the family should try. It has been always the economical in our region. It has always been the economical and social contributor. So let it be a revolution within families, within old mindset, within cultures, to help the new generation to become an opportunity maker, to tackle 2 problems. The first problem is unemployment. We create young people who are able to tackle the problem of unemployment by becoming opportunity makers themselves. And the second one, we create a generation that is able to set up a family and cooperate with family and cooperate to set up a family at a younger age, because this is how a better life, or let me say, many people view that having a partner would add a great level of quality to your life, rather than waiting to get married for a long time. So instead of being in the waiting let me say stage, what we should try to do, we will support our kids to follow certain path for long times until they become opportunity makers. And this is much better than just thinking, okay, we'll send our kid to the university and we just put the whole responsibility on the university, or we put the whole responsibility on the school. So yes, he spent a lot of time there, he has put the dedication, we have put the fees, we have put, and eventually he will become someone who's productive. I think, unfortunately, because of our current situation, we need more active management. And a lot of people do. Actually, a lot of people do, but a lot of people do that the father tell his kids, you should study this, you should study that, this will be, lawyers are better in the society, doctors are better in society, and so on. No, we should think, no, we are opportunity makers, And the way you should grow up to become an opportunity maker, to become someone who you follow your passion, to become someone who follow your interest, and we will support you to do this. It's not about you graduating, it's not about you getting degrees, it's about you becoming an opportunity maker, someone who can be productive within the society, and someone who can establish a family. So degrees will never create men, schools will never create men, universities will never create men. In our current context especially, we need more active participation from the major economical and social catalyst within our society, which is families. I wish you a great evening, and it was a delight talking to you today. We'll see you tomorrow, same place, same time, 8:30 p.m. Amman time in Arabic, and hopefully 8:45 p.m. Amman time in English. Have a great evening.